I know our marriage is over. I don't want him back. We're knee deep in the middle of a divorce. He's waking up in someone else's bed while I'm here. And it hit me harder than I thought it would. And I don't know why.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're exploring a story and a pattern that's becoming all too common. It's a kind of modern tragedy. Married women walking away from the very men who stood by them, built a life with them, and gave them stability to chase the illusion of greener pastures. This woman fell into that trap, and now, just a year later, she's facing the weight of deep regret. But she's not alone. We'll also take a look at a few other stories that show the emotional aftermath many face after making the same decision. Let's dive in.
So, forgive how I look this early in the morning, but it's already been a rough morning. You can tell I'm already crying. It's my wedding anniversary today, and because this date has been ingrained in me for so long, of course it was the first thing that I thought about when I woke up this morning. And then I realized, yeah, we're still technically married, but this is far from being a celebratory anniversary. We're knee deep in the middle of a divorce. He's waking up in someone else's bed while I'm here. And it hit me harder than I thought it would. And I don't know why. I know our marriage is over. I don't want him back. But it's, I guess, just maybe because it's the first anniversary that we're not together.
Listen, if he was truly the monster she probably told her friends he was, this should be a holiday. She should be out to brunch with the girls, popping mimosas, toasting to her freedom. But instead, she's mourning. See, she thought she could walk away with options. She thought he'd sit in timeout, heartbroken, available if her next chapter flopped. But reality hit hard. Dude upgraded, didn't look back. And worst of all, he forgot the date she thought would haunt him forever. What's hurting her isn't just the breakup, it's the ego check. She didn't lose love, she lost control. The man she expected to orbit her for life is finally out of her gravitational pull.
It sucks knowing that there's not going to be a celebration, that we're not going to spend the day together, that we're not going to go out for our normal anniversary dinner we always have. And honestly, it sucks knowing that I'd lay money on it. He didn't even realize what today is. And even if he did, he's not going to be affected by it. He's moved on. And I guess that's what hurts, is all the time we spent together and everything we went through. And it's just blown up. So my goal is to suck it up, stop my fucking crying, and go enjoy the next few days.
You're in the middle of a divorce, and you still want to celebrate your marriage anniversary? Celebrate what exactly? The death of the marriage? The we tried but failed party? Should we light a candle or just torch the wedding album? Like, what's the vibe? Dinner for one and a toast to irreconcilable differences? Are you celebrating the moment you realized you'd rather argue with your lawyer than your husband? That's like getting fired and still showing up for the office party. It's over. You don't get cake and closure. So in this next clip, this lady advises women to divorce their husbands.
The very best piece of advice I've ever received about divorce came in the early days of my own divorce from a friend who'd never been divorced and in fact wasn't even married at the time. She said something so powerful, it really got in there, and it still rings true today, and I share it with my divorce coaching clients often. Here's the best piece of divorce advice I've ever heard. Your life is bigger than one man. Let's extend it. Your life is bigger than one relationship, one marriage, one moment in time. Even if that relationship comes with good intentions and oodles of love and big dreams and a home and kids and memories and vacations, what happens if you release your grasp that this relationship defines the whole of you and the whole of your life, to see what could come next, what is happening now? There was a time before this this relationship. You are heading into the next part. What are the possibilities that extend far beyond this one person?
This woman, let's be honest, probably wakes up every morning next to a half-empty bottle of wine and a cat named Freedom. She's not telling you what life after divorce really looks like. She's not mentioning the nights when the silence echoes, or the dating apps where the only options are gym selfie Greg and crypto bro Chad. She doesn't talk about splitting holidays, lawyer fees, co-parenting calendars, or crying in the car after your kids say they miss dad. See, she's not selling you freedom. She's selling you her regret, repackaged with inspirational quotes and a filter. This woman walked out of her marriage, stepped into the void, and now she wants you to join her like it's a group vacation. This ain't about empowerment. It's about exporting regret.
All right, so I've gotten a lot of comments similar to this one, that I'm too picky. And it's usually from men that really probably don't meet my bare minimum. But listen, everyone has preferences, like everybody. I'm not for everybody. Some people don't like my facial piercings. They don't like all the tattoos I have. They don't like my weight. Some people even have a problem with Isaac. Like, they don't want to date someone who still has all of that responsibility with a child. Or, I've had men come and say they don't agree with him playing with Disney dolls and things like that, and they aren't the men for me. I'm not the person for them. It's okay to be picky. I have a great life, let me tell you. So, I'm happy to take myself on vacation. I take myself out to eat. I do all kinds of things for myself, and I'm totally fine with it. I would like a decent boyfriend. But, if I don't find one, I'm big whoop. Because I have a good life. I really do. And there's nothing that I can't do for myself.
Then what do you need a man for? That's the real question. She says she's independent, bossed up, on her grind. She probably pays her own rent, fixes her own Wi-Fi, and even kills her own spiders. She claims she doesn't need a man, but somehow she still wants one. Now, hold on. Any man who shows up better come pre-installed with emotional intelligence, a 6-figure salary, light childhood trauma, just enough to make him deep but not broken, and the ability to cook and cry on command. She says her standards aren't high, but she wants a man who is emotionally available but not clingy, ambitious but with free time, tall but grounded, rich but humble, dominant but sensitive, a lion in the boardroom, a poet in the bedroom, and a therapist at brunch. Totally reasonable, like ordering a unicorn at a drive-thru. The truth? She doesn't need a man. She just wants one who fits the mold she created in her head at 2 a.m. after watching 6 hours of soft life content and one podcast by a girl who still texts her toxic ex.